Hey folks, Fernando doing our video for Tomorrow Survivalists, and in this case we're going to be taking a look at 3M masks, the 6200 series, and we're going to be seeing if these are original or counterfeit from China. Well, first, here I have a couple masks. It's basically the same thing. This is just the medium version, this is the small one, but it's the same 6200 mask. Now this one is bought through Amazon, so it's pretty reliable in terms of source, and it is the European Union version. These are made in Poland. It has a sticker somewhere there. The thing is this. Doesn't mean that anything made in China is immediately counterfeit. This one I bought on eBay specifically from China. It was shipped from China, but 3M also has manufacturing facilities in China as well. So it doesn't mean that if it's coming from China, it is directly counterfeit. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, make sure it kind of makes sense of where you're buying it from. If you bought it from, Europe or the European Union, then it kind of has to say that it's made in Europe. If you're buying something from China and it's being shipped from there and it says made in the United States, kind of doesn't match up. Another thing to keep in mind is the quality of the impression. The photographs have to have high quality resolution. 3M, no matter where it's manufacturing their products, they will have minimal standards, and there's not going to be any low resolution, crappy printing on the back. That is a big no-no. That's your first indication this stuff would be counterfeit. This is in Chinese, of course, and in English as well. So once you open this up, you will find a couple more things. You will have your mask, of course, which we're going to be looking at in a little bit more detail, but you will also have some sort of paperwork, some information as of the quality, technical specs, and maintenance of the mask. So this is the one you have in your European version. And it comes along with a bag so as to actually carry your mask when you're not using it. Now, when it comes to the one that ships from China, this is like a Ziploc type bag, and this one also came with the filters. I bought these two together, so you probably just dropped it in there, which we're going to be looking at in just a second. But you also have some kind of paperwork, like a big pamphlet with stuff in Chinese and English. If it's not included, then immediately that's very likely to be a counterfeit. 3M will not ship any product without that information. And then you have the mask itself, which we're going to be looking at more carefully in a couple minutes. So I did this video after doing quite a bit of research online, finding information that is advised as to detect if these are counterfeit or not. So let's start taking a look at the comparison. First, you notice a difference in the color. This is a little bit darker gray, this is a little bit clearer. That's not in itself an indication of it being counterfeit at all. These could be perfectly original and such. And the slight difference in color does not change the quality of construction of the mask. You have, of course, for a Chinese one, you have the LA, I think, let me know in the comment section if you know exactly what these LA things from China are. I think it's like some kind of quality control. And then you have this sticker from 3M, which is like a holographic sticker. And then you have a little bit of information that's valuable, 3M, and there it says www.3m.com.ch. That is the 3M website for China, which is where I learned a couple interesting things as well. So when we start looking at all the details, we see that these two are very, very, very similar. Exactly, actually they're exactly the same. In small, minimal details of construction, the specs to which these two are made are just the same thing. The way the plastic was injected, it's the same thing. This little details doesn't mean anything. Same thing here. So these molds and some of the details in terms of the plastics, the depth of the 3M logo, same thing. Those rubber rings there for sealing, exactly the same. These little minimal details also, look at how these two have that same small depression right there and right there. The same thing. Now, one of the things that I saw in a video is they were saying that if you don't have like this writing on this side, then that immediately means it's fake. That is actually not true. If you go to 3M China, you will find photographs of this mask that is missing that writing. Okay, so this is not something that indicates on its own that the mask is counterfeit, that's a fake mask. The Chinese version does not have, according to 3M themselves on their website, don't have that writing there. You see, even like this stuff, like the lighter strip there of plastic looking, like a little finishing thing, same thing here. And the rest goes for everything else. Now on the inside, this one being made in the European Union, it has the CE community, the European Community logo there on the inside. This one, of course, does not have it, but this was not made in the European Union, so it shouldn't have it either way. Then a couple smaller details, like in the way this strap is made, same thing, even those circles. So, guys, basically I would tell you this. These are both original 3M masks. This is just made in the European Union. This one is made in China. The way in which you detect the counterfeit ones are little details like this, and above all, details of poor quality in the mask. The finishing will not be the same. Some of these plastic buckles will not be the same as these. These are just exactly the same. You will see poor finish and parts that don't fit as well, or just the plastic is just poorly cut, and you have pieces of plastic that are not properly finished or cut as they should. These details in which the hard plastic joins the soft rubber, not the same thing. So a pile of little details will be showing you. The smell, once you open the bag, you will smell like cheap plastic. That would be a good indication of this being a fake mask. Now, when it comes to the filters, you also have these made in China, original ones, and you have counterfeit ones made in China. Again, the image should be very sharp, high definition looking, which in this case it is. And once you open the bag, you have a little bit more information, just a bit more paperwork about the data, technical specs of the filters. And then you have the filters themselves. The filters, these are very often counterfeited, but two ways in which you quickly detect the counterfeit ones is first looking at these sideways. There's a picture online about the fake one compared to the original one. The fake one looks like a very flat sandwich, just a lot flatter than this one. These ones look a lot fuller, like full of stuff, and that means it actually has more filtering material inside. The fake one looks almost like this thick, like when I'm pressing it like that. Now, it's not going to be looking as full as these on the sides. Another indication is the way 3M is written. You will see that the 3 and the M are a lot more separated, and there's actually like a little gap in between. That's your indication that it's a fake filter. It's not the original thing. And of course, the number of, the lot number will not be matching what's said on the bag. That's another indication, or even what's on the on the drawing itself. So you will have those discrepancies there as well. If it's not matching those numbers, definitely it is a counterfeit, not the original thing. But just wanted to do this video explaining that not everything that comes from China. You have 3M facilities in China making original 3M gear, so keep that in mind. Look at these little details and you'll be able to tell the difference if it's a counterfeit or not. Have an awesome day, folks. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button. See you in our next video. Take care.